Make a video every week for 2 years and your life will change. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Kieran Panchal, and here we help you navigate the crazy decade that is your 20s. So if you're trying to figure out life just like me, consider joining me on this journey by subscribing down below. Now in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys my very honest opinion on the part-time YouTuber Academy run by Ali Abdaal and his team, which I've just completed. And we're going to go into detail on the number one thing that I learned and took away from the course that will hopefully help me make better and more engaging videos and will help you do the same too. If you're just starting out creating a YouTube channel, or you've been doing it for a short period of time and you're kind of really serious about growing, it's very easy to get wrapped up into the world of knowing and thinking that gear is the thing that will help you grow on YouTube, be it a good camera, be it good audio, be it good lighting. Now that's true to some extent. However, the gear isn't going to make the content. You and me, we are going to make the content. And this was a realization that I had probably partway through lockdown, when I was kind of really enjoying YouTube, but I wasn't necessarily seeing kind of much growth and I was kind of losing my way a little bit. And so what I decided was, rather than investing in gear, I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to invest in upskilling myself and giving myself the tools and skills to be able to make better YouTube videos and then hopefully see the growth that I want to see on YouTube. And that's exactly what I did by joining the Part-Time YouTuber Academy. So let's just cut to the chase, guys. Is it worth the money? That is the question you guys are probably all trying to answer if you've clicked on this video. And the answer is, in the words of Derek Sivers, hell yeah. It's definitely a hell yes, not a no. And the reason I say that is for a number of different reasons. Now, Ali and his team can go into all the details of all the specifics of the course and the tools and tips that they have. But there were kind of really 2 or 3 key things that I took away from it. One is consistency. We go back to the quote right at the beginning of this video. If you make a video every week for 2 years, your life will change. And that is so true. Even just a short period of time of taking this course and being more consistent with uploading, I've already seen the difference both in the quality of my videos and just generally my confidence. But then the other thing, which I think is so important, which I got out of Part-Time YouTuber Academy, is the community of other creators. Now, when you start out as a creator, there might be maybe no one around you that is either creating, and you might feel like a bit of a lone wolf, feel like you haven't necessarily got that support around you, that people that understand kind of the grind element, right? Understand that you have to put out a load of content for free and invest a load of money before you see any type of return. And so creating that community, I think, has been one of the number one things that I got out of Part-Time YouTuber Academy. And there will be a number of videos coming on this channel actually with people that I've met and come across through Part-Time YouTuber Academy. So if you're struggling to kind of just create that community and bounce ideas off other people, even if it's just that, the Part-Time YouTuber Academy is 100% worth your money. So let's talk about money then. So how much is it? So approximately here in the UK, I paid around about £1,000 for the course. And now there are exec memberships to it where you get some personal coaching sessions from Ali and his team directly. I decided that I didn't want to pay that much, but it's up to you, obviously, if you want to have that kind of personal conversation about your channel. The thing is, £1,000 might seem like a lot of money. However, by the time you get a decent camera and you get a lighting, get good light or whatever, you're probably at £1,000 already. And I come back to the point I made at the beginning of this video, which is invest in yourself rather than your gear. And eventually you will make enough money to get all of the gear that you want. And so investing in yourself is super important. And again, one of the things that I learned through kind of part way through starting this YouTube journey, which I encourage you guys to skip that learning step that I did and invest in yourself straight away if you're looking to start a YouTube channel. Over the 6-week course, you get an immense amount of knowledge and tools that help you. Everything from ways to create 5 months of content ideas in 5 minutes, all the way down to Notion pages that help you think about the structure of your videos, as well as make sure you do some of the things outside of recording a video that will help you grow as well. Things like thinking about titles and thumbnails and how to promote outside of YouTube, etc. But as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the one thing that I took away was about how to structure your videos to make them more engaging. Now, in particular, we talked about something called the Hives framework, which is hook, intro, value, and then end screen sales pitch. Now, this was something that honestly has completely revolutionized the way that I think about creating YouTube videos, but also the way that I watch YouTube videos. Now, let's talk about this step by step then. Let's start off with hook then. And no, it doesn't mean you need to have Captain Hook somewhere in your video. What it means is the first kind of 15 to 30 seconds of your video, you must reinforce the value proposition of whatever it is you've promised in the title and thumbnail to encourage and convince the viewer that they should stay for the rest of the video. And this is honestly probably the most important part of a video. And so if you're starting your videos with, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hey guys, it's been a long time since I've seen you. That is not a compelling hook. People are not expecting or knowing what's going to come in the rest of the video. And that means they will click off the video, which is the worst thing you want. And so having a very compelling hook right at the beginning of your video helps so much. So next then comes your intro, which is what we've come accustomed to over YouTube for such a long time. Now this is essentially your elevator pitch, right? This is your, if you had 20 seconds to describe your YouTube channel to a randomer, how would you describe it? So for me, as you guys heard at the beginning of this video, is I'm Kieran Panchal, and here on this channel, I help you navigate the crazy decade that is your 20s. So if you're trying to navigate life just like me, consider joining me on this journey and subscribing down below. So that's my intro, very simple. And the thing to remember about your intro is that someone could come across your channel from any different video, be it a video that is like really maybe clickbaity or a video that maybe is a lot more niche down. And so what you want to do when someone does come to your channel, be it from whatever video, you want them to very quickly in the first part of the video understand who you are and what this channel is about, which is going to encourage them, one, to stay tuned for the rest of that video, but also think about exploring some of your other videos. And the more videos they explore, the propensity for them to subscribe just absolutely skyrockets. And that's exactly what you want to do in every video. Just set that intro out, introduce yourself, and also introduce what the channel is all about. So next is V for value. Now this is probably the most important part of the video, and this is the most difficult part of the video, which is what information or value are you going to provide to the viewer to essentially justify them sticking and staying the course with your video. Now, there are a number of ways in which you can add value to your video. You can do it through filming and editing. So some of the biggest YouTubers, Ptya Mantra, Casey Neistat, they rely on their skills and experience in photography and videography and storytelling to make really engaging YouTube videos from the perspective of their filming, their editing, and their color grading. Now, those skills and experiences that those guys have literally taken years and years and years to hone and get better at. And the reality of it is that you and I are probably not going to have those level of skills, even if we work on it for 10 years. And so we need to think a bit differently about how the hell we add value to our videos. And a good way of doing that, which I took from PTYA, was to think about structure and how to structure your video in a way that people can very easily follow along and it just makes sense for them. So the first step in creating structure is to create a script or a list of bullet points in the FBR method. So this is fast, bad, and wrong. And what we mean by this is not getting drawn down into the detail of trying to create a video straight away. It's when you have an idea and you think it's a good idea, very quickly jot down a couple of points or a couple of bullet points that essentially structure and script the video for you. And it's not about getting really detailed and worrying about if this terminology or this language is correct. It's just kind of getting down the key points that you want to get across in the video. And so that really helps just make you think a lot more logically and structurally about how you're going to set out the video. And then when you actually go into creating your video and you take those fast, bad, wrong bullet points and you start to then add a bit more structure to your video, a great way that I've learned about it, and you've seen me do it in a couple of these videos, and I'm obviously trying to put into place what I learned, is to use something called a listicle. Now, a listicle is very simple. It's a list, right? It's the 3 things to do with your first paycheck. It's the 5 things to do when you, get your first job. It's the 10 things to do before you sleep, whatever. And it just, those numbers, in particular, odd numbers, it's just really easy to follow as a reader. You know, okay, there's 3 tips. Now, you might think may negatively affect your retention on a video, for example, because people might go, oh, okay, I'm just going to see the first 10 seconds of each tip or each section and I'll get the video. But the thing is, actually, that is the opposite. Once you hook people in that first 10 seconds of your tip 1, for example, they are much more likely to stay engaged and listen to the rest of your rationale and the point you are trying to make around why tip 1 is super important for them, for example. And then finally is ES. So this is end screen sales pitch. Now, many people, and it's very easy to go into this, end their videos by going, "Thanks guys for watching, see you guys later, goodbye." And I still find myself guilty of that. However, the way you will succeed as a YouTuber and the way YouTube succeed is by keeping people on the platform for longer. And so that means when you're trying to end out a video, rather than just ending out with a goodbye and essentially giving a note and a heads up to the viewer that this video is ending, why don't you instead consider pointing the viewer to another video that is related to the subject you're talking about that they might also find interesting? And by doing that, what you're essentially doing is going, stay on my channel longer. And as we talked about at the beginning, the longer someone stays in your channel, their propensity to subscribe exponentially increases. And that's exactly what we want to do. And so rather than ending your video by just, "Goodbye guys, I'll see you on the next one," consider saying, actually, if you found this video interesting, maybe you'd like to check out my video on X related topic to help you learn a bit more about this. And someone's like, "Yes, I do want to learn a bit more about this." I'll click there, and then they're watching your second video, and then they're watching your third video, etc., etc. And so this end screen sales pitch is super, super important to keep people on your channel and really increase the rate at which people are subscribing to your channel. Now, at the beginning of this video, we talked about the PTYA mantra, and that is to make a video every week for the next 2 years and your life will change. And so if you've been inspired by this video, by Ali and his team, by the PTYA community, you're probably going to want to set yourself some goals for the rest of 2021 so that you can set yourself some optimistic, really reachable goals that will help you grow and accelerate in YouTube. And so consider checking out my video here about how to set goals for the rest of 2021 if you need some help in thinking about how you can set some realistic but very achievable goals for yourself for the rest of the year. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and PTYA, Ali and his team, thank you so much. You have changed my life in a way that you guys won't know. But thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.